It was 3:12 a.m. when my phone started buzzing like it was possessed. Maya's name flashed across the screen, 10 missed calls, one shaky voicemail. I just sat there on the couch, staring at the notification, my thumb hovering over the play button. My gut already knew something was wrong. I hit play, and her voice cracked through the speaker. "Please answer, I think he messed with the account." I didn't move, just listened. The house was dead quiet except for the hum of the fridge. Then behind me, a small voice broke the silence. My 10-year-old son, Liam, stood in the doorway holding a glass of water, his Minecraft pajamas wrinkled. "She's freaking out, huh?" he said with a smirk. "Told you I fixed it." Let's rewind. Maya and I met 6 years ago at a mutual friend's barbecue. She was the kind of person who lit up a room. Big laugh, quick wit, always had a story to tell. I was the quiet guy in the corner, nursing a beer, trying not to look awkward. She walked right up to me, handed me a plate of ribs, and said, "You look like you need a reason to smile." That was it. I was hooked. We moved fast, too fast. Looking back, 6 months in, she was pregnant with Liam. We got married a year later, a small courthouse thing, because we were broke but happy. Maya was a dreamer, always talking about the big house we'd buy, the vacations we'd take once we made it. I worked at a mid-sized firm, steady but not flashy. She was a freelance graphic designer, always chasing the next big client. Money was tight, but we made it work. Or so I thought. Red flags? Yeah, there were a few. She'd get cagey about her phone, always tilting it away when she texted. She'd disappear for client meetings that lasted way longer than they should have. Once, I found a receipt for a $200 dinner at a place we'd never been to together. She laughed it off, said it was a client she was trying to impress. I believed her because I wanted to. I loved her. And Liam? He was our glue. That kid's smarter than both of us combined, always tinkering with computers, asking questions about code I barely understood. 2 weeks before that 3:12 a.m. call, Maya came to me with a sob story. Her mom was sick, she said, some vague emergency requiring surgery. She needed access to Liam's college fund, just temporarily, to help cover costs. It was a trust we'd set up when he was born, a little nest egg we'd been scraping together for years. About $30,000. Nothing crazy, but it was everything we had for him. I hesitated. That money was sacred. But Maya was crying, her hands shaking as she showed me a hospital bill on her phone. "It's just a loan," she said. "We'll put it back in a month." I signed the form. What kind of husband says no when his wife's begging like that? 3 days later, she was gone. No note, no text, nothing. Just an empty closet and a missing suitcase. I checked her Instagram out of habit, stupid, I know, and there it was, a post from Cancun. Maya, glowing in a white sundress, holding a glass of champagne, some guy next to her, arm around her waist, grinning like he'd won the lottery. The caption, "Living my best life, hatch paradise found." My heart stopped. I checked the bank account. The college fund was at zero. She'd drained it. Every penny. I sat Liam down that night, trying to figure out how to explain it. He didn't cry, didn't yell, just looked at me, his brown eyes steady, and asked, "How much is left, Dad?" I swallowed. "Nothing, bud. It's gone." He nodded like he'd expected it. "Okay," he said, and went to his room. I thought he was processing, maybe crying in private. But that night, I caught him on my laptop, his little fingers flying across the keyboard, lines of code scrolling on the screen. "What are you doing?" I asked, leaning over his shoulder. "Just moving some things," he said, not looking up. He handed me a flash drive. "Check it later." I didn't sleep that night. I just sat there replaying everything. The late nights, the excuses, the way she'd stopped kissing me goodnight months ago. How could I be so blind? I felt like an idiot, like the punchline to a joke I didn't get. I kept thinking about Liam, how I'd failed him, how I'd let her take his future. I cried in the shower so he wouldn't hear me. The next day, I opened the flash drive. There were screenshots, bank records, emails. Maya had funneled the money into a fake company called Brightwave Solutions. The account was in some guy's name, Derek, the dude from the Instagram post. Liam had somehow traced the transactions, hacked into the bank's audit logs, and reversed the transfer. The $30,000 was back in Liam's college fund. Derek's account? Wiped clean. But that wasn't all. Liam had dug deeper. He found emails between Maya and Derek, planning the whole thing. They'd been together for over a year. She'd been skimming money from our joint account for months, funneling it into this fake company. There was even a draft email to her lawyer, talking about filing for divorce once she was set up. I read it all, my hands shaking. I wanted to scream, to throw something, to drive to Cancun and drag her back, but I just sat there numb, staring at the screen. Liam came in, saw my face, and said, "You okay, Dad?" I couldn't answer. I just hugged him. He didn't hug back, just stood there like he was the adult and I was the kid. 2 days later, Maya showed up. I was in the kitchen when I heard the doorbell. She was a mess, hair tangled, mascara streaked, her voice frantic. "You have to help me," she said, pushing past me into the house. "They froze my accounts. They're saying I'm under investigation. You don't know what they'll do to me." I just stared at her. "Who's they, Maya?" "The bank, the IRS, I don't know." She was pacing, her hands tugging at her hair. "Derek said it was fine, that we'd be safe." "Derek," I said, my voice flat. "The guy from Cancun." She froze, her eyes darted to the floor, then back to me. "It's not what you think," she started, but I cut her off. "You stole from our son," I said, stepping closer. "You took his college fund. For what, champagne? A new boyfriend?" She started crying, but I wasn't buying it this time. "I was going to pay it back," she said. "I swear, I just needed—" "Stop." I held up the flash drive. "I know everything. The fake company, the emails, all of it." Her face went white. How did you—" I nodded toward the living room, where Liam was sitting on the couch reading a book. He didn't look up, just turned a page. "Ask him," I said. She stared at Liam, then back at me, her mouth opening and closing like a fish. "He's 10, she whispered. "Yeah," I said, "and he's smarter than both of us." Maya left that day. She didn't take anything, not her clothes, not her jewelry, nothing. I think she knew it was over. I didn't call the cops. I didn't file charges. I didn't need to. Liam had already reported the fake company to the IRS through an anonymous tip. They launched an investigation within days. Turns out Derek wasn't just cheating with Maya. He was running a whole network of shell companies. The feds took him down, and Maya got caught in the crossfire. Last I heard, she was facing charges for tax fraud. Socially, it was a mess. Our friends were shocked, but some admitted they'd suspected something was off with Maya for a while. Her sister called me, apologizing, saying she had no idea. I believed her. Liam's grandparents, my parents, offered to help with money, but I turned them down. The college fund was back, and I was picking up extra hours at work to rebuild our savings. Liam, he's been quiet since it happened. He doesn't talk about Maya, doesn't ask where she is. I got him into therapy just in case, but he seems okay. Too okay, maybe. I worry about what's going on in that head of his. A week after Maya left, I asked Liam why he did it, why he went through all that trouble, hacking, digging, reporting her. He was sitting at the kitchen table, eating cereal, his book open in front of him. He looked up, his eyes clear, and said, "Because she thought we were stupid." That was it. No anger, no tears, just facts. He turned to the page in his book, and I realized he'd already moved on. So did I. I'm not saying it's over. I still wake up some nights reaching for her side of the bed, forgetting she's gone. I still check my phone, half expecting a text from her. But then I look at Liam, at the way he's growing, the way he protected us, and I know we're going to be okay. Maya thought she could outsmart us. She didn't count on our kid being a genius, and I didn't count on him teaching me how to let go. So, Reddit, that's my story. What do you think? Was Liam a hero, or did I let him go too far? And how the hell do I raise a kid who's already smarter than me?